Hello everybody, and welcome back to the fourth round of the third season of Trinity Competitive Racing. Hello everybody, my name is Alan Cavagnar, A Cav, welcoming you guys back here to the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. We are just moments away from the start of the fourth race of the season. If anyone is tuning in now, the championship as it stands, Red Bull has gotten a fantastic getaway in the championship for constructors. However, if we look back at the driver standings, Seafreeze does have a 20 points lead, getting all runner-ups in the races he's done so far this season. However, like we mentioned, runner-ups meaning no wins, so he is winless, but yet still leading the championship so far in season number 3. We are moments away from the start of the Australian Grand Prix as everybody is readying up. Just give me a second, we'll put the link in the chat, and I'll actually try and commentating this, so give me a second. So for anyone tuning in now, this is the second race I am commentating today. Looks like we will have 15 drivers on the grid. 2 British drivers. We have 3 Canadians, and the rest are Americans. Let's get going. I think that should be good enough. I put the link in a couple places. Okay, so yes, we are here for the Australian Grand Prix, the 4th round of the Trinity Competitive Series Racing. Hello everybody, again, if you're tuning in, my name is Alan Cavagnar, or Cavi. If you're new to my channel or a returning subscriber, people know me as the main commentator of Trinity Competitive Racing. I am a former driver. I've only done around a couple races. My best finish being 5th, I believe. I'm not sure, or I know it was... My first race actually was at this circuit in Season 1. Waddle says, excited for my AOR comeback tomorrow. Oh yeah, I forgot AOR's tomorrow. That's a bad thing I forgot. That's a bad thing. Though yeah, October 1st is when AOR kicks off tomorrow. Commentating with Nathan. Yes, like I was saying, my debut in TCR came at this track 2 seasons ago. I remember I saw myself battling Talon. I was driving the Williams. Now I'm up in the booth, because I'm confined to the booth, and I'm terrible at league racing now. So, I mean, it's nice to be in the booth, but speaking about Australia, it appears to be raining again today. Last week it was pretty dry, I mean, despite the fact that I think it was raining in qualifying. But again, if you were tuning in now, what happened last week is Seafreeze finished 2nd yet again. But the only thing that he is not runner-up to is the lead in the driver standings, as he has a 20 points lead over 2nd place. 2nd place is tied with Flip Mofo, I believe. I think it's NR and Flip Mofo in 2nd, I believe. I'm not looking at the points now, because they've lagged out on my screen. Waddles also says, nice PSR stream earlier. No, it wasn't a nice stream. It wasn't at all. That race was just terrible. I'm not sure what the future is of that league. Of course, I want to be a league owner, but I hate saying this, but, like, I'm not a league owner. I'm incapable of being one. That's how it always will be. I'm just a commentator, and that's it. But as we have cars exiting the pits, we're going to take an on-board view with the Canadian driving the McLaren Honda. Again, can't really see his name. Looks like Jermaine. He was there last week, I believe. Jermaine. We'll call him Jermaine, unless if he has a better name. Maybe you can call him, or just for better pronunciation. Sly TDE, the Diamond Elytra says, hi, dude. You usually tune into my stream, so nice seeing you again. Again, if you guys are new subscribers or returning viewers, please like, subscribe, comment down below. And we are just moments away from the start of this Australian Grand Prix, as we have 10 minutes remaining in qualifying. On board with Daisy Chick, the first female driver in TCR, that is what I've been noted to say. Though I don't really see any difference, it's just a new driver that we have on the grid, driving the Williams. So after that, we have the driver and the Haas driver. The British driver are the only 2 British drivers we have in the field, her and Fabregas. Again, I can't really see because the names are so small. Yeah, Fabregas 234. Again, I'm moving my mic, so that is where the noise comes from. Flip Mofo is back in 10th. Yeah, Flip Mofo does have a win this season, I believe. So there's Talon, a longtime veteran. He's always driven for Renault, so nice to see him back on there. And like I was mentioning, my first ever run in TCR, I've done around 6, 7, 8 races in TCR. I competed full-time in Season 2 and part-time in Season 1. Season 1, I only did a couple races. I did Australia, and I believe I finished 6th there. In Season 1 Australia here, I was battling Talon most of the race, where he broke my front wing. I came back and finished 6th. Season 2, I did a couple races. My debut, I finished 7th at China. I was usually just a midfield driver. I don't usually see myself as a fast driver, maybe in other leagues, but in this league, you know, I had fantastic drivers challenging me. It was very, very competitive. I never really got to battle Seafreeze in this league. I know in my league, HRL, I was able to battle Seafreeze, but in this league, he was always up in front with Mark and NR. That's basically about it, but here's Truth losing the back end, and he's gonna decide to back off and go back down to back to the top of the track. So we do have a little less than 9 minutes remaining in qualifying. Looking back, Motor City, he just accepted his friend request like 10 minutes ago, even though I sent one to him like 3 months ago. There's Cam in second, making his second debut in, I wouldn't say, no, debut's at first. Oh, I'm an idiot. He's making his debut race at Australia, but his second start in Trinity Competitive Racing. Again, the 3rd season, 4th race. He's competing with Sauber, so again, nice to see him back out on the circuit. Sly TDE, the Diamond Electra, says, I wish I could be one of the drivers there, but I don't have the game. I only have last year's game. Well, I mean, I would wait till Black Friday. I would wait till the game gets cheaper, because right now, in my opinion, the game is not worth $60. Depending on how, I mean, the game looks fantastic, but the game is still not worth $60 in my opinion. There's still lots of fixes done with the game. I still prefer 2016 Online over 2017. The R&D program in this game sucks. If you dedicate your whole life to the R&D program, you're not even going to improve. You're only going to stay the same. So, with career mode, there's 2 things that can happen. If you don't care at all, you'll fall off the R&D pace, which usually happens. As Cam goes for the fastest lap, and again, another thing broken with this game, you just see Cam is in 12th after he just hit the fastest lap, and now Dan goes for the fastest lap, and there's Motor City, Cam's teammate, and now Be Smooth with the fastest lap, the winner of the first race of Season 3, driving the Silver Arrow. If you missed that one, Seafreeze got past on the last lap in Sector 2, headed downhill on the backstretch at Bahrain, and that actually ended up losing him the season opener. I mean, yes, he still has a points lead, but has not won a single race so far this season. So really, I mean, maybe he could pull a Keiki Rosberg, maybe just win one race this season and win the championship, because that is totally likely, as very competitive field, as you don't really need to win races. For this season, you really need to be consistent, and there's a lot of drivers slipping on this surface. Waddle says, Alan using PS Luton rules R&D advice. I mean, actually, no, it's not just that. Like, even before that, I told him about it, because, I mean, yes, we do commentate together in the AOR League, but, I mean, I watched his video this morning, and I was like, that's exactly what I told him, that's exactly what, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say he stole my idea, not at all, because, he usually does the 10 season stuff, and I usually watch that stuff, and I was like, hey, is there a chance that you're still doing this? He was like, yeah, I'm doing the 10 seasons, and I was like, yeah, just like, how's the R&D going? He's like, oh, it's going really slow. And I'm like, tell me about it. I mean, we both had complaints about the game. I mean, I really liked 2016. The R&D pace was fantastic. I mean, yes, it was too fast, but I mean, I liked driving a McLaren Honda for 3 seasons, making them the best team, and then let's say go to Williams, and then make them the best team. That F1 2016 was so unrealistic. It was fun. Now in F1 2017, you can be a tryhard at that game, and you're not even going to improve the team. You're only going to maintain their position or make it worse. I mean, the R&D pace is stupid, really. It just makes you do practice, makes you spend more time on the game when you're not actually accomplishing anything. That's my opinion on F1 2017, but I mean, the cars look good, the graphics look better. That's mainly about it. Obviously, the new cars look great. The graphics look great. About that, I mean, other than that, the game itself isn't really that good. But with 5.5 minutes remaining, Be Smooth will come across the line. Right now he stands 6th, but across the line will not improve. So last 3 comments I'm going to read. Sorry, in the UK it's about 48.99 or 48 and then 99. I think pounds. I think that's a symbol for pounds. And I agree, it's not worth it. So yeah, I mean, I'd wait for it to go down by 10, maybe 7, 8, or 9, or 10. I mean, that then it'd be worth it. Then it says Ferrari or Mercedes 2 OP. Well, yeah, I mean, in real life F1 right now, it's usually just those 2 going at it. And then after that, there's a huge chunkage behind. There's Red Bull, then a huge chunkage behind. You have the rest of the midfielders, then a huge chunkage behind. And then you have McLaren, Honda, and Sauber. And then that's really it. So, I mean, you have really just take out the slow 2 teams and then the first 3 teams, and then you have a good battle between all those different teams, and it's very interesting if you were able to do that. So Waddles then says, that's real life, though. Again, people like Demet Marduk will drive the McLaren Honda for all 10 seasons, hoping for an improvement. However, there should be at least something that goes on with the new game. You'll be like, oh, that's real life, though. Like, people wanted this. Like, okay, I mean, with R&D, I still don't like the fact that you literally have to do all 10 seasons, do every single practice program, just to pass 1 or 2 teams in just 10 seasons. I mean, I don't see the point of that. But then again, passing, like, 4 teams in 1 season, I don't see the point of that either. I'd rather have, like, 1 team per season. I mean, I would find that realistic. I would be fine with that, but, you know, as Beastmouth goes across the line, he sets another fastest lap in qualifying with 3 remaining, or 3.5, my mistake. So, time ticks down, and many drivers pressured to set fastest laps. Looks like on board with Dano. Looks like he did have a lot of sand on his tires, meaning he ran off in the end of sector number 1. And with 3.5 minutes remaining, he'll be pressured to set a faster time. But yeah, I don't get how people can like the R&D pace in F1 2017. Ayarva, I mean, coming from Ayarva, he quoted it as stingy, and they're like, you know, butt buddies with Codemasters, and he said that about them. And you know, again, I don't get the point of career mode now in F1 2017. I mean, it's more detailed. I like that. I'd still go back on F1 2016 and do that career mode. Because, like, I could drive a team for every 3 seasons, make them the best team, then go to a new team, then do that, and it's so diverse. I mean, yeah, at the end, all the teams max out of where they started, but, I mean, I don't know, it's just change. I like seeing change, but, you know, I don't like seeing Manor dominate every single race. I'm not talking about that unrealism, but, I mean, seeing McLaren work their way to the top, I love that sort of realism, or unrealism, however you want to say it, but Daisy's off the circuit, 13th place, 2.5 minutes remaining. And struggling to get back into the circuit, it seems to be backing up and retired from the session. Don't go any too farther. As a Force India slows down, Mr. Sensation, I mean, Carl was so close to that Williams car, the car that he used to drive in HRL a year ago. Almost hit that car, believe it or not. I thought something was going to happen. So, looks like in-game as well. Oh, sheepishly cutting the corners, Carl. He has not set a time yet. Motor City slowing down. Looked like he was slowing down. I mean, when he got by Carl, obviously he's not going to go through full pace there. But now, Sly TDE says in-game as well. Red Bull can't catch up in the game, but in real life, if Red Bull realizes they mistake in a big update, if the game, the game, everything, every thigh. Okay, I can't read comments. I really can't. But yeah, I mean, I would seriously love an F1 game that would, I don't know, just, it's hard to explain. Because really with the F1 games, Mercedes and Ferrari will always be the top 2 teams. I mean, with this game, that is. Last year's game, I mean, yeah, maybe Red Bull will go to the top as Cam retires with a minute remaining. But yeah, like we were saying, Cam would probably, or not Cam, Mercedes would probably fall down to 2nd or 3rd. Teams would change all around, like if you did nothing to the teams for all 10 seasons. I mean, yeah, I mean, you could see change, and I'd like seeing change. But with F1 2017, the R&D is impossible. There's no way that you're bringing Renault to the best team on the grid in 10 seasons. There's no way that's happening. In real life, there's a chance that could happen. You know, even in real life, you have a better chance at R&D than this actual game. But, yeah, Formula E game would be awesome. I'd love that so much. Sly TDE says, also, everything is too slow with R&D, and then 2016 was too fast. But I liked when the R&D was too fast. It was fun. It was nice seeing you progress, and actually, you know, your work pays off. And not unless you're talking about this game, but time counts down from 10 seconds. Seafree's on his final run. Surprised he's not on pole position. It looks like Farbagast retires. On the back straight, Seafreeze is trying to improve on his time. Though he's going to have one final shot at it, going through the double apex, left-hander, right-hander, down the straight again. Now he's going to go through the bridge and into the 3rd sector, locking up. Barely misses the apex, but he uses that advantage to run wide, use the momentum headed into these final 3 corners, running a little bit wide on the rumble strip now. He's going to head to the left-hander, then back to the right-hander, and Seafreeze, it says he's on top, even though he isn't. That's another thing. This game is broken when it tells the time trials, but across the line, Seafreeze, what time is he going to put on the board? The Red Bull leading constructors by a lot, and that is not going to be pole. It says 8th position for the Red Bull man. Next, we have Roll. I think that's his name. Roll in the Haas coming across the line. Not going to do it. Here's Truth. Back here in the Toro Rosso, we're checking back with Flip Mofo, the Canadian. He has a win this season. So coming through the final corner. Go back with Talon. Talon's going through the penultimate corner. Blaster Brennan. The Ferrari. There's Truth is clutch across the line. Let's see what time he's going to put on the board. That's going to be nothing. 9th place. Talon across the line. Not going to do it. That's 12th. Now we're relying on Blaster Brennan to come across the line in the Ferrari. And that is going to be nothing. So that ends out qualifying here for Trinity Competitive Racing. It is 9th place for Blaster Brennan. I almost called him Braster Brennan. So comments coming from Sly TDE. I love the game. Still 2016 game crashes, R&D. It's not slow with Manor and Sauber. You can still win. Exactly. I'd go with McLaren. But anyway, for pole position, B Smooth is on second. German is second. 3rd is Motor City. 4th is Flip Mofo. 5th is Seafreeze. 6th is Dano. 7th is going to be Truth. 8th is Roll. 9th is Blaster Brennan. 10th is Farbagas. 11th is CDMC. 12th is Talent. And rounding out, actually, no, not rounding out. 13th is Daisy Chick. 14th is Cam. And 15th is Carl. So that will end out qualifying for Trinity Competitive Racing. Hello, Soup. Nice to see you here again. I don't why I'm still awake. Oh, you don't know. Well, why don't you stay awake for another, I don't know, 45 minutes? You get to watch a fantastic race, or you want to wake up, commentate with me. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Even though I can't invite you. Can I invite? No, I can't. They said they fixed that in the new game, but you cannot invite people during league races. Only in pub lobbies, which is stupid. Like, what's the point of adding that feature? Because the people that screamed for that feature were people in league races that got disconnected and wanted to send invites. We can only send invites mid-session if you're in a pub lobby, and it's stupid. But anyway, we are moments away from the start of the Australian Grand Prix. Same, it's 1 a.m. and quali is in 6 hours. Well, not and what do you mean quali? You mean the actual race? Because they already did qualifying. And actually, I'm glad I'm missing the Malaysian Grand Prix. I hate that track, and I'm so glad that we're never gonna be at that circuit again. That was a torture chamber on the game. Though I hated the racing that Malaysia produced. I will be flat out honest. I hated that track so much. For the people that are crying that this track is gone, no, I'm so happy that it's getting replaced with what circuit? It was a circuit Paul Ricard. I hated Malaysia. I'm so excited for 2018, besides the Halos. But yeah, that's my opinion. I always hated Malaysia. I did 2 league races there. My average finish is 9th. Usually, I think that's my lowest average finish at any track for league race, but I hated the track. It was fun for setting time trial laps, but if you actually wanted to race people, chances of that happening is nothing. Like, barely any racing besides last year's Grand Prix and what was it, 2012 race. Other than that race is always boring, and it always will be. I hate Malaysia. I mean, I hate the Malaysian Grand Prix. I don't hate the country. The country's beautiful, don't get me wrong. So we're halfway through the formation lap, and speaking about Malaysia, the Malaysian company, Petronas, B Smooth is on the pole for today in the Australian Grand Prix, a track I much more like. I enjoyed this track. It's one of my favorite tracks. I think I have a league win here. Season 1 HRL, I think that's about it. Motor City back in 3rd. I skipped 2nd of German. 4th is going to be Flip Mofo. 5th is going to be Seafreeze, our current points leader, with all runner-up finishes so far this season with 60 points. And yes, if you're new to TCR, they do the top 12 point system, not top 10. I like it. Gives more rewarding to these drivers that actually show up, because I feel bad for the people that don't get any points. Back here in 7th place, or I skipped 6. 6th is Dano. 7th is going to be Truth. 8th is going to be Roll. 9th is going to be Blaster Brennan. Rounding out the top 10, 11th place is going to be CDMC. 13th is Daisy Chick. And looks like, I think Talon. I think Talon in... I think we just passed a Mercedes. Not exactly sure, but we are moments away from the start of the Australian Grand Prix again. If you are a returning viewer or a new subscriber, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and we will get ready for the start of the Australian Grand Prix here in Albert Park. The 5 red lights to fill on our screens here in Albert Park. Lights out and away we go. And it looks like the McLaren Honda gets off to an okay start as he drops back already. And it's B-Smooth to be the man that takes out in front, clearing everybody off the start. However, he runs it wide in turn number 1, headed down the straight. Not sure if there's a spin behind, but there's going to be a battle behind for maybe 3rd or 4th. Headed down the straight, and maybe the Ferrari that may dive down to the inside, but no single file. Through the corner, there is some contact with the Toro Rosso, but single file behind, I do see a Haas spinning in the background. That could be, I'm not sure. I think that's not Carl. That is going to be the 16th place car of Fabregas. Not the best start he had to this Grand Prix weekend. However, B-Smooth pulls away on lap number 1. He has left the session, rage quit, call it done, throw the pad on the ground because he is out of the Australian Grand Prix, unless if he wants to return. However, back in second is Jermaine. He is chasing down the silver arrow. Not getting the best to start, however, he is going to use that to his advantage. Use some motivation, be like, it's okay, just because I got a bad start. I do have the faster car. I am on those Ultra Softs. Use that to your advantage. Back in third is Flip Mofo. He gained a position off the start, so he is looking forward to that. So he did pass a Ferrari of Dano off the start. Back in 5th is Motor City. 6th is going to be Seafreeze, falling off a position off the start as well. Blaster Bread in 7th, 8th is Truth is Clutch. 9th is going to be Talon. 10th is going to be Roll. And Kev is in 11th. 12th is Daisy. 13th is CDMC. Fastest lap for B-Smooth. 14th is Carl as one car heads down the pits. Running wide, however, is Carl wheel to wheel with Cam. These two know each other. They used to race each other so long ago, back in HRL Season 1. This is back in F1 2015, but can Carl Good do it around the outside? And I'm surprised he did do it around the outside. Carl's back in a P13, and he still has a lot of action left inside of him. So, again, if people don't know Carl, he's one of the coolest dudes you can ever meet. And when it comes to F1 and league racing, he's a chill dude. I mean, he's not that fast, but it's okay. His personality is one of the best you'll ever meet. So Carl is Mr. Sensation 75 right now with the Force India. I met him back in a community back in summer of 2016 when I created HRL in July 2016. He was the first driver that signed up for my league, and then Cam was the second one, which is a person behind him. So yeah, these two drivers I'm very familiar with, good friends with them, and this league really just originated off HRL, and it's a fantastic league. I mean, TCR is pretty good. I love TCR. It's a good league. Fantastic racing. But anyway, we're gonna go back up to the front. However, it looks like seems to be CDMC's all the way back in 16th. There was a battle about to happen, and I just missed it. I'm so terrible. I'm so sorry, but B-Smooth, another fastest lap. Taking on onboard view with Jermaine in 2nd place. I'm hoping I don't make this mistake tomorrow. And again, come on, give me a good camera. Thank you very much. I don't see any battles going on down the street, but like we mentioned, Carl is one of the nicest people you ever meet. He'll laugh or joke about anything you can think of. I mean, talk to the guy, you can tell just by how he sounds, he's a fantastic guy. But anyway, battle for 7th brewing up between Truth is Clutch and Talon, taking onboard view with the Renault driver, and headed through sector number 1 to number 2. Truth is Clutch. He lost some time off the exit of that corner, ran it a little bit too wide. This is a corner at Pastor Maldonado, spun out in 2012. I always know that as a fact. However, racing line for Talon gets the best of it, headed down the straight. He's going to be in some dirty air of Truth, but he is gaining on Motor City as well, both hopping over the curb. Truth runs it wide when Talon doesn't turn in enough, but Truth gets the advantage, headed down on the back straight, lap number 3 out of 29. So we're going to look back at 9th place now. I'm sort of surprised he's all the way back here with Daisy. I mean, Daisy has had a decent start so far, actually getting a fantastic exit. It's going to be all over the Haas driver for 9th place, going defensive to the inside. Daisy may look, but no. Hanging on to P10 is Daisy, and not going to be enough, but runs it wide. Looks like same powered car behind is, I wouldn't say they're teammates, but I mean both Mercedes engine. Looks like Toro Rosso runs wide ahead as he's going to head into the pits. That is going to be Truth is Clutch. And headed down the straight, DRS will be open as Roll is going to be defenseless against the Williams. However, again, this new game does not have any slipstream. So you'd have a better chance of just being in the middle of nowhere than sitting behind a car down a straight. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-car pack down the straight. Maybe diving to the inside, but no, we'll check back with this battle in just a couple of moments. CDMC back in 14th, 15th, Farbagast, 16th, Blaster Brennan. In the lead still is B-Smooth. He's going for his second victory of the season. And Sly TDE, yes, there are equal cars. That's how league races go. You should get this game. I'll try and contact C-Freeze if you could race in F1 2017 TCR. That'd be phenomenal to have you in the league. Back in third is Flimofo. Fourth is going to be Dano. Fifth is C-Freeze, our current points leader and league owner in the Red Bull. Sixth is going to be Motor City. Seventh is Talon. These drivers are ever so close to each other, but they're not actually gaining on each other. And I'm quite surprised that this is happening because these drivers are known to, put the pedal to the limit, and lots of these drivers, including Talon, I've raced with Talon before, one of the most aggressive drivers I've ever seen, and I'm kind of surprised that he has not tried to go for a move yet on the Sauber driver up ahead of him for 6th place. And again, I'm surprised. We take an onboard view down the straight. He does have DRS open, however, he should be getting down the straight, but I mean, does gain a little bit, as you can see, but I mean, the slipstream, it's not there in the new game, and that's something I don't really care for. Though Motor City hanging on to 6th place. Rip the race for one of the Haas drivers. Yeah, exactly. He spun on the first lap for second corner. Rip him. Headed up the 5th, C-Freeze is all alone. 4th is Dano. 3rd is Flipmofo. 2nd is Germine. And in the lead is B-Smooth. But I don't see any other battles going on. Looks like Truth is Clutch will head into the pits again. Hearing word, he did have a drive-through penalty or speeding. Gets it under 37 miles per hour. He is good to do a pit stop. I'm not sure why he's pitting again. They're repairing that front wing, so there must have been some damage to the front wing of that car. So the number 38 will exit the pits with a brand new set of Purple Wall Ultra Soft tires with the new front wing as well, and they'll be ready to go back on the racetrack in P16. However, leading and not for long is B-Smooth. Number 24, he's going to cross the line. Lap 6 done, so 6 laps done today in the Australian Grand Prix. If we look back at third, all the way separated. I would say these top 5 drivers are separated. And then you have Motor City, who is hanging on to around 2/10 of a gap behind, maybe at most. But in all honesty, I'm quite surprised he hasn't been passed yet. But anyway, going defensive down the straight, Talon is going to be on attack mode. He's going to dive it down to the inside for P6, and Talon gets a position, but he runs wide. And now Motor City's going to go for the switchback on the outside. He's going to push him off the circuit, and he's going to be there. He's going to take back the inside line, and Motor City, what a way to do it. He's going to hang on a P6, but not just yet. Talon is looking again, and he should have thought out that pass. He just dove it in there. Ran wide, got out of the rumble strip, and lost all the momentum he had. But Talon's going to go to the inside again in this corner, locking up, can't get it, and Motor City's going to hang on for P6. Lap number 6, that's a lucky number. Lap 6, P6. Maybe by lap number 7, he's going to fall down to P number 7. That is the thing we have, and if you take an onboard view of Motor City, oh, Talon, he got out of the grass, but he got a better exit, headed down the straight. They're going to be wheel to wheel, and Motor City's going to be on the outside. They can hang it, but they make contact, and it looks like Talon takes P6 finally. And such a coincidence, the place where they made contact last corner, that's where they're actually running wide. Wow, Motor City pushing it to the limits. Now I'm not surprised that Talon did that. I said he was aggressive. I think he's listening to this stream, and he said, yeah, you're right, Alan. Let's go aggressive, and that's just what got him P6. So Talon's up to the position of 6th place. 7th is going to be Motor City. 8th is going to be Roll. 9th is going to be Daisy. So we're taking on board view. It looks like they both got by a car that's in the pits. But if we look back at this battle, it's going to start heating up between Daisy and Roll, who's in 8th place, holding the 3-car pack at bay, including himself. So we go back to Roll, who is in 8th place. Says, imagine play and battle with a controller. A lot of these drivers race with a controller, to be completely honest. So Roll is in 7th, or in 8th. 9th is going to be Daisy. So again, I'm surprised she has not gotten by the Haas driver yet, but this is her first ever race in the Williams. Back in 10th is going to be Kev, the Canadian, the 3rd Canadian and final Canadian in this lobby. 11th is going to be Cam. He's recovered from a lot of problems so far in this Grand Prix. Lap number 7 out of 29. So 23 laps to go in this Australian Grand Prix. And here's Carl back in 12th. 13th is CDMC. 14th is going to be Blaster Brennan. 15th is going to be Truth. 16th is going to be Fibergas. And in the lead is going to be B-Smooth, who's holding the pack at bay. So 2nd place is going to be Jermaine. 3rd place is going to be Flip Mofo. As you can see, the Haas driver, he disconnected on lap 1. Well, he left the session because of rage quit. But in all honesty, we're just going to say... actually, no, there's a battle going on between Seafreeze and Dano. He caught him at an alarming rate. We just missed that. I apologize for that. But holding on in the Ferrari is going to be Dano, the car that Seafreeze drove in season number 1, I believe. But headed down the 2 Americans trying to hang on to it. And Dano's doing a decent job at hanging on to P4. He almost got past, but here we go for P4 on the back straight. Dano is going to be defenseless headed down the straight. He has no help. He has some blocking maneuvers, but he does have the F1 2017 game advantage of where there's no slipstream. This slipstream is broken in this game, so he can use that to advantage. But then again, got a terrible exit as Seafreeze is going to go on attack mode. He may look to the inside in this corner. He's going to look back, but no. Locks up, and he's going to stay behind Dano for P5. So he's going to have to wait till lap number 9 as we approach into the penultimate corner. I believe both locking up. And into the final corner, they approach the ghosted car of the Haas driver. So headed down the straight, he must need something go wrong down the straight for Seafreeze. Again, we'll take an onboard view with that Red Bull Tag Heuer car of Seafreeze. I believe Season 1 champion, Season 2 runner-up. But here we go, headed through turn number 1, and DRS is open. And Seafreeze is going to be on attack mode again. Headed down the straight, he's going to take the inside for turn number 2. Locking up. And this time, he's able to park the bus in turn 2, and he's going to take P4 pretty easily. That's textbook stuff right there. The pass that you saw with Talon, he was not able to park the bus. He ran wide, and that gave the position back to Motor City, and he had to wait till the next lap to do so. However, Seafreeze, a champion in TCR, knows what to do. He was able to park the bus, and he was able to put P4 in his own hands. So back in 5th place, it's going to be Dano falling back. Talon is in 6th, pulling away from Motor City, who's in 7th. 8th is going to be Roll, still ahead of Daisy, who is still trying to find a way around that Haas driver. So we take an onboard view. Not sure if there's some damage. I thought I saw some damage with the number 25. The number 25 Haas driver. But headed down the straight, the Canadian trying to hang on. And now I'm quite surprised. This is usually an American league. One of my favorite leagues that I like being involved in, and I'm quite surprised as there's no Americans battling for the position. However, Daisy goes to the outside, blocking both times. I do see a battle behind as well, losing the back end. I can see 4 position behind with Cam, goes around the outside of the Mercedes driver, pulls off that overtake for P10. That was just absolutely flawless for not one single point. I think it's for 4 points, I believe, 4 points. For 4 points, that is flawless. They've done a phenomenal job so far today, as Cam is up into the top 10 for the first time today in this Grand Prix. However, Daisy has DRS, just I can't get ahead of Roll. Go look back up in front. Dano still keeping that gap within 2/10, even a little bit more. Flip Mofo, there's Jermaine, and B-Smooth. So B-Smooth has already won a race this season. B-Smooth won the first race of the season. Flip Mofo, what race did he won? He won Malaysia, and then NR won Russia, I believe. Don't quote me on it, because I can be wrong. Though my memory isn't that good. But we're looking at these pit stops because the top 12 have not made a single pit stop yet today. And speaking about that, B-Smooth is going to be the first one to lead him into the pits. Here he goes into the pits. Looks like Jermaine will stay out and try and go for the overcut. So, seems likely if he's in some clean air. Dano stays out. B-Smooth is out. And he's on those soft tires. He's planning on finishing the Grand Prix on these soft tires. So a one-stop, very, very likely for the Silver Arrow squad as they exit the pits. Going to be P number 7, I believe. No, P number 6 for B Smooth. Only has 5 other cars in front of him to pass. Sly TDE says, this is what we want in real F1 Red Bull. In real F1 Red Bull versus Ferrari. No, what I want to see is McLaren versus Renault. I would like to see those teams battling. Oh yeah, and Antonio Giovinazzi being a world champion. I'd like to see that as well. If people don't know me, I'm a huge Antonio Giovinazzi fan. Even though he doesn't have an F1 seat, he's still going to be my favorite driver till the day I die. So, yeah, Jermaine is still in the lead, driving the McLaren Honda. And I can't believe I'm saying that, the lead and McLaren Honda in the same exact sentence. Seems sort of odd. Maybe next year, replace it with Renault instead of Honda, and that may be likely. But Sly TDE says, Cavi, what is the standings? I would like to pull up the standings. However, someone has retired from the session. That is Dano, who was running in 4th place. Not sure if that'll bring out a VSC or an actual safety car. If I was going to check the standings, I'd have to check my PSN chat, which would cause me to pause the stream. But if you were curious, Seafreeze has 60 points, and I believe Flipmofo has 40, so does NR. Seafreeze all has runner-ups this season, if you guys don't know. The points is within the top 12, and it goes 25, 20, 18, 16, something like that. I can't memorize that. But yeah, I mean, it should be like that. I'm going to check Messenger again, see if I have the point standings saved. I'm hoping I do. Dano has left the session, so we're down to 14 runners in the Australian Grand Prix for the 3rd annual running in Trinity Competitive Racing. So again, if people are tuning in now, I am a former TCR driver. I've done, I think, 10 Grand Prix. My best finish being 5th at this circuit back in Season 1, my debut, driving for Williams. After that, I was forced to run with manual gears, and I wasn't as good. I mean, I have 1 career fastest lap and 1 career top 5. That's all I have in this league. I'm good friends with the league owner Seafreeze, because back in HRL, the league I used to run in, he ran in that. That's how I met him. And after that, he went on to create his own league, and I was invited to be a part of it. And here we are today. However, I still run my own league. It's something different, and I'm not sure how much longer. But anyway, enough about me. Battle for 4th happening, as B Smooth has gained rapidly on Motor City, as he's going to be defenseless. Believe it or not, on those super soft tires, B Smooth is going to be all over the Stauber driver. Just like real life, the Mercedes man is faster, and it looks like the radio engineer must be saying B Smooth is faster than you, even though they're not teammates. Headed to lap number 13 now. Both of them will stay out. So maybe down the straight we could see it pass for 4th place, wheel to wheel, and already a terrible exit by Motor, and down the straight B Smooth will take 3rd place as the McLaren Honda just pitted, and it looks like the overcut was just terrible, and he should have just pitted the same time the leader did. However, B Smooth gained 2 positions down that straight, and he's up into a podium running position. So I'm going to check the points, and I'm hoping, nope, they're not there. C3 sent me the points, but Messenger doesn't want to load them for some reason. So we're going to ride on board with B Smooth in sector number 2. Back in 4th is Motor. 5th is going to be Jermaine. 6th is going to be Cam. 7th is Seafreeze. 8th is CDMC. 9th is going to be Kev. 10th is Carl. 10th is Daisy, who just got passed by Carl for in the top 10. She's still going to get points, however. Sly TDE says it's alright. Yeah, I can't really load the standings. It's my fault for that. So in 11th place is going to be Daisy. 12th is going to be Roll. 13th is going to be Truth after having multiple pit stops so far. Blaster Brennan is going to come out in his 2nd pit stop after 13 laps done so far. However, he's going to be wheel to wheel with the Toro Rosso driver, but just ahead of him for 14th. Because behind in 5th, actually no, that's not for position. However, oh, that wasn't a Toro, yeah it was. And that's Flip Mofo, the race leader, who just lapped the Ferrari machine of Blaster Brennan. We are almost halfway through this Grand Prix. And it seems to be that Flipmofo has not pitted yet, if I'm correct. He has not pitted yet. However, he is still in contention for this championship. So if I were him, I would be working on a way to finally pit. However, I think he's trying to stay out. I think he's trying to stay out long enough to maybe put on some Ultra Softs and finish the Grand Prix on those tires. Because it is likely, if you are very, very good with tire conservation, it is possible you can do Ultra Softs and Super Softs. However, most drivers are mostly going to do Ultra Softs and soft tires. So take an onboard view with Flip Mofo. The number 69, believe it or not. I can't believe drivers go for that number. 24 of B Smooth in second. Third is going to be Jermine. Fourth is going to be Cam. Fifth is going to be Talon. Sixth is going to be Seafreeze, who's actually he's been chasing down Talon. But believe it or not, the reason why Talon is ahead is because Seafreeze has had some trouble so far in this Grand Prix. Our current points leader, driving for Red Bull, and they've been leading the constructors by quite a lot of points so far this season. So, fastest lap for Jeremiah. He is chasing down the front two drivers, to be Smooth and seems to be Flip Mofo. However, he ran very wide there, so he really needs to think of a time to when to pit. That is the suggested thing to do 40 minutes through into this live stream. And the Toro Rosso driver looking for his second win this season. And again, we're going to say this: if you are a new or returning viewer or person, please like, subscribe, comment down below for more content. I do tons of commentary. And yes, that's literally all my channel is based around, just commentary for league races, in hopes of promoting, obviously, a commentating future for myself. Love to see that happen. But anyway, we are commentating a fantastic league. Season number 3, round number 4 of the Australian Grand Prix. It's still happening. We're more than halfway through, sadly. Time flies when you're having fun. So, that's really how I view it. Flip Mofo still in first. Second is B Smooth. Third is going to be Jeremiah, the Canadian. Leading most, actually, no, I was going to say the leading most Canadian. That is actually Flip Mofo, who does have a win this season. We keep on saying it. But again, if you have missed the first 3 rounds of the season, let me go up to try and find a battle first, so I don't leave you guys with boredness. So for 9th place, Kev is going to hang on to the position. However, down the straight, gaining massive amounts back in 10th place. Take an onboard view with the Williams driver through the double apex. Running very wide. This is going to be a position for the taking. Fantastic exit. Can be a good position. Go defensive to the inside, back down to the outside. Trying to hold a position. However, the Haas driver is going to have a say in this position. So lap 15 out of 29. On board with Daisy. He's going to try and find a way to the inside, but making contact. Not going to do it, so Roll is behind. It looks like Daisy got by Roll. Now they're going to be all over Kev for the position. I forgot what I was going to say, but it wasn't nearly as important. But down the straight now, Roll is going to go to the inside of Daisy for 10th place. Cutting off the Haas, but just enough to maintain the position. So down the straight for 10th place. He's going to hang on to the position. I'm kind of surprised she hasn't been in any collisions yet today. She's been driving so fiercely. But anyway, speaking about collision, that is going to be Cam off the circuit, almost hitting the Williams and the Haas driver of Roll. Surprised that happened. But it seems to be, again, a position for the taking. It looks to be 9th place again. We're taking onboard view with Roll in the Haas driver. Yeah, mostly the drivers in this Grand Prix will be going for a one-stop. I want to take McLaren back to the top in next year's game. And there's James. Yes, there's James. Hello, James. I'm not in the best mood, but we are commentating this race. It looks like Daisy's hanging on to P9, however. A fantastic exit for Roll, headed down the straight. He just needs to lunge it into a corner, going defensive as Daisy, maybe to the inside, but no, double lockup. Roll's still going to be in the top 10, but not for long, because Cam didn't make a mistake, and he's back in 11th place. However, it looks to be this 3-car pack is sticking together. Looks like they got some of that Elmer's glue, put it between every pieces of the car from 8th, 9th, and 10th, and maybe even 11th, as these drivers are just sticking together. I'm not sure why none of them are creating a gap, but it seems to be they're pretty equal on pace, which is nice to say. But headed down the straight, looks like Daisy could be going for the outside, but no, backs off. Cuts off Roll, however, ghosting again for position. Again, I'm sort of surprised that we haven't, again, seen a collision with this pack. Again, I'm not sure if we're missing any battles, but we'll just check up ahead. Nothing going on, nothing going on. There's Talon pulling ahead of Seafreeze, believe it or not. Can't believe I'm saying that. Flipmofo has pitted. See you later, Sly TDE. I was about to say, STD. Wow, I'm so stupid. I was about to say STD. I'm such a terrible person. Anyway, 8th place is going to be Kev, still hanging on with not 10 laps to go. I thought it was out of 26. It's out of 29. So, actually cutting the corner, trying to maintain the position, but wheel to wheel for P10. Believe it or not, on the inside, or for P9, I believe. Yeah, P9 that was. So, around the outside, Roll finally takes a position as a Mercedes man gets a terrible exit. And nice seeing you here, MTA. Nice to see you here. It's a triple lockup, believe it or not. So Roll is going to be all over Kev for 8th place. I believe someone pitted, but down the straight, a terrible exit from Kev. Now it's going to be attack mode to the outside for Roll. Wheel to wheel down the straight in turn number 1. Lap number 18, but around the outside goes Roll. He's going to take that position quite easily. 12 laps to go for Roll, and he's making these passes look easier by the chance he gets to do them. Now down the inside for P9, that is, making contact in Kev. Kev just falls back, he's gonna have the inside, but 2 positions in 1 lap. Mercedes must be scratching their head with Kev, the second driver, not doing the best capable job that he has been doing so far this season. Quite surprised I'm seeing this, but really, for 10th place, really surprised to be seeing that. Back, it looks like Cam putting on a new front wing. Looks like that, the blue and white gold car, or not the gold car. Is it gold? It doesn't look gold, but it is gold. Exiting the pits for NP number 12, that is. 13th, he's going to be blasted. Brendan, they must have gotten in some sort of contact, because Cam has been on the track for such a long time. He's been fine. But it seems to be... Oh, I thought he got caught down by a Force Indy, but that is Carl who just got lapped, that is. However, Seafreeze has found enough momentum to gain on Talon. 11 laps to go in this Australian Grand Prix. Actually, there's a Sauber pulling off. That must be Cam. Not sure what Cam is doing. Whoa, ever so closely to Seafreeze. Almost ended his Grand Prix. So he's going to be all over the back end of that Renault, as he's going to be chasing him down for P4, as he does want to runner-up in this Grand Prix, but that streak might end tonight. So we're going to take an onboard view with our current points leader, the Red Bull onboard view, sponsored by Tag Heuer. 11 laps to go, on board with Talon, on board with a Seafreeze chasing down Talon, that is. Not the best exit, loses some time to Talon. Checking back with the front, B-Smooth is pulling away. He does have, I believe, less than a 2-second gap. However, the top 2 drivers have absolutely pulled away. They've mugged the rest of the field with 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Phenomenal job by great product placement, Alan. Not sure what you mean by product placement. Oh yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm sort of confused, but here we go for P4. Down the straight, DRS will be available for Seafreeze. He did have the DRS activation zone last time. He's going to look to the outside, wheel to wheel for P4 in turn number 2. Will double lock up to the outside, runs it wide. He's going to have to settle for P5 for now. Must think of a better way to get by. I would have tried lunging into the inside, but just because this is allowing Motor City to catch up. It looks like Kev has retired from the session. He was running back with Daisy and Roll and CDMC. So I'm quite surprised, as now they're going to gain a position from this. 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. As Seafreeze seems to find another way around. Though that Renault Power trying to chase down the Renault itself. So they have equal engines, even though it's equal cars, it shouldn't matter. Ignore what I just said. Pretend it's actual real, but headed down to the inside. Seafreeze looks to the inside. This time he may commit to the inside. It's a double lockup. They're gonna make contact. Actually, no, they don't, because the game's stupid and it made them ghost. But Seafreeze is into P4. No challenge there, as now he's going to look back to the outside, maybe for the switchback, but no. Seafree's going to hang on to P4, but in the DRS I can't say it. DRS is open for Talon. I am lost for words headed down the straight. He's going to look back down to the inside, and not going to do it, as it was a lockup from Talon. I was going to say activization. Just type the word in the chat. I'm going to eventually pronounce it correctly. I can't say it. I'm stupid. I'm lost for. I can't say it. I'm hoping you know what I mean when I'm trying to say it. I'm lost for words. I can't. I'm lost. I'm brain dead. I can't speak of it. Do you want a dictionary, Alan? Yes, I do. A CDMC fastest lap, a 1:24.7. The active. I still can't say it. I'm halfway through. The active. I can't. I'm trying to say it, but I don't know how to pronounce the end of it because I'm stupid and forgot how to spell activization. I know it's Asian and act in the beginning. I'm sorry. I haven't eaten anything in I don't know, half a day, and I am hungry. That's my excuse. I'm so sorry. I'm happy that I'm having fun doing this commentary. I am having fun doing this, so that's all that matters. Talon is back in 5th. Activation. Is it activation? The activation zone. Yes, it is activation. Oh, thank you so much. The activation zone. Thank you so much. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. The activation zone is open. I was going to say he went to the activation zone through the final corner, and he had DRS open, and I just didn't know how to say active. It was activation. My bad. So it looks like Talon is actually behind Seafreeze, as he did get past, so Seafreeze is still ahead, but Talon maintaining that gap in P7. As Roll 8th is Daisy, so that gap between the two have really increased after Roll got ahead. Daisy is in 8th place, 9th is CDMC, 10th is going to be Mr. Sensation, 11th is going to be Truth, 12th is Cam after having multiple unnecessary pit stops. He's still with 10 laps to go. Meanwhile, the front leaders are actually coming across the line for 8 laps to go, believe it or not. 23 out of 29. I'm still whispering it to myself, trying to make sure I know how to pronounce it correctly. Well, lap number 23 out of 29 now. B-Smooth holding the lead, nice and comfortably. Jermaine 2nd, 3rd, Flip Mofo. 4th is going to be Seafreeze. 5th is still Talon. Coming to 8 laps to go, Motor City in 6th. 7th is Roll. 8th is Daisy. 9th is going to be CDMC. 10th is going to be Carl. And 11th is going to be Truth. 12th is going to be Cam, who's actually trying to chase down Talon. He is a lapped car, by the way. 13th is Blaster Brennan, so a battle for 12th is about to happen if Cam falls back to the Ferrari. That's what it looks to be, because it seems to be Blaster Brennan is flying on these Ultra Soft tires, so we will be seeing a battle between the Sauber driver and the Ferrari. So we're going to take an onboard view with the Italian team, the Prancing Horses, in 13th place. As its other driver retired from the session, they are not going to get a single point out of today if they finish where they are right now. And I think right now in the main straight, the leader B-Smooth is heading to 7 laps to go, and he's headed to his 2nd victory of the season. So nice to see that for the Silver Arrow crew. However, running very wide, Blaster Brennan losing a lot of time. So 14th is Fabregas. Back in the lead is B-Smooth. So really, he's just hanging on till the end of this Grand Prix. And again, I appreciate the support so much. It hasn't been easy over the last couple of days. Just a lot of personal stuff going on. So nice to see that you guys are still sticking around, putting on a fantastic party in the chat. Love you guys so much. Seafreeze back and forth. 5th is going to be Talon with DRS. 6th is going to be Motor City. So really, again, he was wishing Seafreeze didn't use any of his textbook moves. So he was hoping that he'd be battling with Talon still, because that would have allowed Motor City to catch up to at least 5th place, that is. 6th is Motor, 7th is going to be Roll, 8th is going to be CDMC, believe it or not. He was the last person in the session. That's the reason why we got a late start. It's because we were waiting for CDMC because his PS4 has been acting up. Same with mine. But the reason why he was last one in, because his PS4 is acting up. He restarted, got back on, restarted his router. Seems to be he has the best connection in the lobby, so that paid off in the end. Paid dividends for him. 9th place is Daisy. 10th place is going to be, Carl. Well, I love those emojis so much. Truth is in 11th. 12th is going to be Cam. Behind is Blaster Brennan. He's gained a lot of time back on those ultra soft tires. And, you know, time flies when you're having fun. That's what we do at TCR. I love having so much fun commentating this league. Love having the support in the chat, because I remember 1 year ago, my channel was just dedicated to league racing, and a mediocre league racer who would use assists on F1 2016. Now the channel has grown so much that every live stream, I usually at least get 6 viewers, and I still find that to be something. You're actually going down the street, going defensive and down the straight for some reason. Apparently Cam cares about 12th place and slipstream that Blaster Brennan isn't even going to get because this game's stupid and it's broken. Anyway, stop roasting Codemasters, because really you can't say that about them. For 12th place, Cam is maintaining the gap, and probably by now a lot of the TCR guys are watching the stream, or at least watching this when it's published as a video, and they're going to be like, Alan, you're so stupid, you don't even know how to pronounce activation or or however I want to pronounce it. I can actually make that in my own word, you know, put a patent on it, make it a copyright, make it its own word, put it in a dictionary, and it could have, in the meaning would be like Alan's gibberish of when he forgets a word. That could be the definition of it, because I would not be mad if I had my own word. Anyway, back in 3rd place with Flip Mofo, 4th is Seafreeze. The gap is only increasing by a 10th per lap, so Talon is doing a fantastic job to hang on, despite that both of them are on the softs. Looks like they're going to, wow, barely making contact, almost did, that is. And Seafreeze is still hanging on to the gap that he has now. So in the final two corners, as you go through the final corner, Seafreeze off the final corner in 4th place. I think after this, if I do the math, because I know Flip Mofo, it has 40 points. NR is not racing, by the way. I think NR left the league. Because NR drives for a Ferrari. I think it's either a reserve. I'm hoping he didn't leave the league. I love the dude. I was teammates with NR for a couple of races. It feels like I'm teammates with all the fast guys. I was teammates with Mark, runner-up in Season 1, I believe. And then Season 2 champion NR, I was teammates with him in the McLaren Honda. I was more of a number 2 driver in TCR. That's why I'm in the commentary box. Because I can't drive. I'm kidding. Back in 2016, I could drive if they allowed assist, that is. Like, in Season 2, they made it where you can only use you can only use manual gears with suggested, and that's the reason why I was so off pace. I mean, even then, I would still be a midfield driver, you know, within the likes of Talon. I would say that'd be my pace. I'd be around Talon's pace. And if you're wondering where Talon is 5th, and even then, 5th would be like the best position I'd be in. But it seems to be Talon is keeping a good gap between him and Seafreeze. But the time I've been rambling on about, it seems to be the leader has gone with 3 laps to go, believe it or not. In the Australian Grand Prix, the American Be Smooth, he's trying to go 2 for 4 today. If you round that up, or not round it up, if you simplify that, like all my math teachers tell me, that'll be half. So if he wins today, he can say he's won half the races so far. I love to have that bragging right along my name. So it seems to be Smooth is holding on to the lead. If I do my math correctly, Smooth is going to have 25, and Flip Mofo's in 3rd. So actually, no, hold on. It's going to go 25, 20, 18. So 18 versus, actually, Seafreeze will still have the points lead. Seafreeze will obviously still have the points lead. Because the points lead, or the point system, how this league works, they do it within the top 12, and the top 12 goes like this. It's really 25, 20, 18, 16, 14, so on and so forth. It's not a bad thing. It gives more opportunity for drivers to get points. I like that. I definitely do. Just hard to remember, because I've really built in my mind the point system. 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 6, 4, 2, 1. Boom. I think I missed 8. I don't know. It doesn't matter who gets 8 points. Who likes 8 points? They'd rather get 25. Anyway, couple laps to go. Again, I like the points system. It's really cool. I've never seen it with a league. I was actually thinking for another league to try and actually do the top 8 points system that they did back in like 2009. But yeah, that's terrible. As apparently Lucky Dog is watching right now. He just messaged me on Twitter saying I'm good as Justin. I wouldn't say that. Justin's a fantastic commentator. He has experience. Me, I just ramble on about stuff that's irrelevant. That's how I describe myself. But I mean, if I'm having fun doing it and people enjoy it, then I guess, you know, I enjoy it. And that's what goes into commentary. You need to enjoy what you do. You need to enjoy what you're doing. And that's what I do. I mean, I haven't really enjoyed what I've been doing over the last couple of years, but when it comes to racing and commentary, I've been sucked into F1. Every single day I go on Facebook, and I pull up 8 different F1 articles, I read those, I go over old stats from 1970s of F1, and I try and, like, memorize everything, because that's who I am. And when it comes to racing, I feel like I know so much about racing. I love racing so much. I'll do anything it takes to have this in my life for the rest of my life. And that's what it should be, too. Crafty rambles on too much, that's why people like him. No, people don't like him because he talks about family too much, about racing, and I don't even watch his stuff. That's what people tell me. Again, like, I don't want to compare myself to Crofty, I don't want to compare myself to Justin, and I ramble on too much because I'm alone in this commentary booth, and if I don't, it's going to be awkward silence. But we are on the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix, and I will never zip my mouth shut because I enjoy what I do. So Be Smooth, the American driving the Silver Arrow, he is on his final lap of this Grand Prix, and he is headed on home to take his second victory of the season and have the bragging right of saying he's won half the races so far this season. And again, if you want to tune in next week, the time is going to be midnight British Standard Time, or it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona, Circuit de Spa Barcelona. I was going to say Circuit de Spa Barcelona. I am losing my mind. At Circuit de Barcelona. Why did I say Spa? Because we just did a league race today at Spa, but headed through the final sector now, into the penultimate corner, and through the final corner. Be Smooth is going to celebrate with the team, take it nice and easy. He's going to get that champagne on the podium, because your winner is going to be Be Smooth. He wins the Australian Grand Prix, as he takes that home to a dominated victory. Be Smooth does a phenomenal job. I believe he's led every single lap so far today. Well done to him. He didn't absolutely pull away from the competition, but a well done job. Second is going to be Jeremiah. Third is going to be, across the line will be Flip Mofo. He's going to take second place in point standings. However, our points leader, it's going to be a feisty fight to the end, but hanging on, that alliteration describes itself. Coming down to the straight, Seafreeze will barely hang on a P4 as that fuel monitor blinks red. Headed down the line, and I can see the Sauber spinning behind. Wow, a lot of chaotic things happening at the end of this Australian Grand Prix. 6 is going to be Motor City, coming across the line, a decent midfield finish. Williams behind. Roll is going to be 7th. CDMC 8th. And, yeah. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, it goes from 8th to 14th. Must be a lot of drivers got lapped. But Fabregas will finish in 14th and coming across the line. And that will be his Australian Grand Prix. Retired in lap number 1. And apparently he just left the session. Never retire. But I'm going to have to zip my mouth for just a moment. We are moments away from the podium celebration of the Australian Grand Prix. Your winner, Be Smooth, for Mercedes AMG Petronas. Your winner, the American, Be Smooth, on the top step podium again today, here in Albert Park. So what a win it was for Be Smooth. It appeared to be the top three all had 3 seconds of penalties. Like we mentioned earlier in the Grand Prix, number 3 was the magic number. Speaking about 3, 4th is Seafreeze, because that has nothing to do with 3rd place. 5th is going to be Talent, 6th is going to be Motor City, 7th is Roll, 8th is CDMC, 9th is Cam, 10th is Truth. Again, if I was going to have to say driver of the day, put the spotlight on Talon. 12th to 5th, fantastic job, driver of the day. I'm going to cast my ballot or cast my vote, and I'm going to have to say Talon because he did a phenomenal job today. Fantastic job to him. Job well done. Can't say enough about him. 6th is going to be Motor City, 7th is Roll, 8th is CDMC, 9th is Cam, 10th is Truth. Yeah, again, driver of the day, Talon, definitely 12th place. Passed a lot of drivers today, not surprised. Talon is an aggressive one, and not surprised that he finished 5th today. 10th is Truth, 11th is Blaster Brennan, 12th is Daisy, and 13th is Carl, 14th is Farbagast, 15th is Kev, and rounding out the top 16 is Dano, the first car to retire in this Grand Prix, though that'll be justified, and that'll actually be Farbagast who retired first, because he did that on lap number 1. Finished 3 laps down in this Grand Prix. So that is going to be it for the Australian Grand Prix in Albert Park. Tune in tomorrow on PS Luton Rules channel for the Australian Grand Prix for season number 14 of the PS4 F1 tier of AOR. That is going to be a phenomenal race that we'll have in store for tomorrow. Thank you everybody so much for watching. For everybody in TCR, my name is Alan Cavignero, or H-Roll Cavi, and we will see you guys back tomorrow on PSL Luton Rules channel for coverage again for AOR. Thank you everybody for watching, and tune in, and peace.